Welcome to the first episode of a half hour
of you want to start that again? All right. Welcome to the first episode of a half hour of stupidity. Wow.
Yeah, we really got that down.
It's okay. That was great.
It's okay. It's the pilot episode.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, welcome.
How's it going?
We hope you're all doing all right.
We're all
today.
doing well.
Hope you're all doing well.
Yeah. So we've been talking about this for a few months, and we should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, most of you know who we are.
Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Reed. My name is Reed.
My name
welcome.
is. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
My name is Nathan.
Yeah. So, yeah, we figured a while back ago, hey, you know what? Starting a podcast might be fun. We can just, talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And we think we'd have a lot of fun with it. So what we did was we went on social media and we asked some of you guys, suggestions of what we should talk about. What we should discuss and what we should question our very lives about. Is that
I think
pretty much
I think that's an apt description.
That's pretty much it. All right.
And so
we said that we agreed that you were gonna lead this podcast, and I pretty much just already right off the bat took a leading role. That's pretty much a snippet of what you guys are getting into. It's gonna be
what to expect.
We'll talk about one thing, and then it's just gonna be me for 5 minutes talking about something completely different on my own, and Nathan's just gonna be like, "You done?"
You having a fit?
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're getting into. So we have a timer here.
Yeah. So to stay true to the half-hour nature, we're going to start a timer for 30 minutes, and when it ends, we're gonna finish up whatever we're gonna talk about, and that'll be the end of the podcast. And so the timer has started. 30 minutes on the clock.
All right, so we have a list of suggestions that we're going off of. Yeah.
We've got a whiteboard here.
Yeah. so we thought we'd talk about. Someone just recommended that we talk about how terrible virtual meetings and just events are in general.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you think of that, Nathan? Do you like them? Do you not like them?
I definitely don't prefer them compared to regular events. But even there are so many things that can go wrong, and every time something does go wrong, it's just virtual meetings. I feel like they should just be stopped. I hate them. They're not fun.
Yeah, it's and that they're trying to do their best and everything. But it never works. It's gotten to a point where it's just okay, we need to stop this and do something else because it's not working out.
It really isn't.
I hate it.
We did a virtual game night and
it was fun. Don't get me wrong.
It was fun for what we did, but no one barely anyone attended, and so I was playing. I was playing Jackbox with 3 other people,
including me. It was very lonely.
It was very lonely. It's virtual meetings are just pathetic.
But I mean, and then you got to ask yourself, they're not going to go back, they're not going to say okay, you can just, meet in person now whether you like it. I mean, you have had that, but I feel like we just kind of set ourselves down a path that it's going to take a while to recover from. Yeah. Which is why I'm thinking oh man, it's so hard to talk about this stuff nowadays because so many people are divided over it. You know?
Yeah.
But part of me just thinks okay, so what if in March, March 13th, the dreaded day, the dreaded, quarantine start day, we just said, all right, so we're just gonna let this thing, kind of rampage around the country. We're not going to shut down at all, and we're going to let this thing die out as quick as possible. It's riskier, but it's quicker. What do you think? What do you think life would be like right now if that would have happened?
I don't think I'd be alive.
No, I don't know, man.
I might be alive. I feel like my grandparents would not.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird. Yeah, virtual events, man. They're
really just they're not fun.
Yeah.
They're literally just not
and
fun.
Whenever I see footage of, back back when, you know, BC before COVID.
I haven't heard that before.
Like, you haven't?
I haven't heard that.
I've gotten that from like so many different.
Really?
Yeah, like internet.
Interesting.
Yeah, BC. By the way, what does BC actually mean? Because like I've always thought it meant like before Christ.
Yeah,
you know?
that is what it means.
Is that really what it means?
Yeah, there's BC.
Or is it some like Latin kind of term?
There's BC for before Christ, which is. But then there's BCE, which is before Common Era, which just means the same thing.
Before
it's for people
Common
who like
Era.
don't believe in Jesus Christ. Who aren't religious.
Yeah.
And
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, before COVID. Okay. See, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, so like, and then when I look at footage from back in, you know, even February, like when we watched the Oscars back in February, you know, that was fun. That was fun. Remember when we freaked out over Parasite winning, over that South Korean film winning over one of the best films I've ever seen to date, 1917. Go watch it, by the way.
I still haven't seen Parasite, but like
it's so good.
If it won, then I'm assuming it lives up to its name. I might as well.
I mean, I would watch Parasite.
Yeah, we gotta watch it at some point.
Yeah, but like stuff like that, when you have an Oscar party, it's just I miss it. I miss that stuff.
Yeah.
I wish we could just kind of do that stuff without thinking about it again. Man, this took a really sad turn all of a sudden. Let's all right.
You're gonna move on to another topic?
Yeah, let's move on. All right. What do you think? Ooh, Christmas. All right. Christmas? Someone actually, I should probably put up the exact words that you guys suggested, but someone just someone talked about, like, you know, they were like, talk about Christmas, and if you think it'll be canceled, or like, is it too early to start celebrating Christmas?
How do you feel about like when do you think Christmas should start being celebrated?
Well,
not so much celebrated. When do you think people should start like decorating their houses?
Well, typically my family starts like decorating around, you know, like right after Thanksgiving. But right now they just said, you know what, frick it, we're just gonna put our Christmas tree up already. We're gonna put our like nativity scene up. And I'm just like, all right, go ahead.
We have our Christmas tree up in our living room, and then we've got the lights on our roof.
I mean, honestly, I don't think, you know, any day is too early to celebrate Christmas, because, I mean, it's Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, if you're doing it in July, then there's a problem, you know? I mean, what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. I celebrate Christmas whenever you want to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Just, like...
Do what you want to do.
I mean, it's all you, man.
Do what you want to do.
My family starts celebrating pretty early, so I'm in no place to judge.
If you want to celebrate Christmas, like, starting in October, just not even worried about Halloween, go ahead. You know,
I mean,
it's your thing.
It's not my decision. It's
your
all
thing.
You.
If you don't want to celebrate Christmas at all, do it. It's your thing.
How do you feel about seeing family for Christmas?
Ooh, well, you see, the thing, this is like, personally, you know, just like in normal, my family has like typically stayed home for Christmas because all of my other family lives in California. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a long drive. But typically we just stay home. But if we do see family over Christmas, it's got to be somewhere fun, like in Vegas or Arizona or, you know, someplace like that.
I see my family every Christmas.
Every Christmas?
Yeah, I go to Kansas and Oklahoma.
You think that's gonna be like affected nowadays?
I know I am going to see them. I don't know. Like, I'm sure not everyone will be like attending. Yeah. But I don't know what the plan is at the moment. But
yeah.
I don't think I'm like comfortable being around my grandparents specifically.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd be fine seeing my cousins and my aunts and uncles because they're all still like 40s and younger. Yeah,
they're in their prime.
They're in their prime.
They're in their prime.
But I just I don't even like my grandparents, dude. I
freaking hate my grandparents.
I don't hate them. I mean, I love them. They're family, and I've known them my entire life, and they're great. But like, once you get older, you realize that a lot of their just beliefs don't align with yours, and like. My grandma came and like babysat us while my parents were out for a weekend I think they were going to Las Vegas, and my grandma came and babysat us. It was just horrible to us. Like, we were driving, my brother and I were driving around with her, going to like the store to help her with groceries or whatever.
Yeah, grandparents are they're old, man. You know,
but she brought up she brought up the thing about like calling millennials snowflakes. And
what?
I was like, I don't want to talk about this.
Okay.
And then
I don't believe it. Oh wait, I do remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, like I don't want to talk about it.
Man, my grandparents are not like that whatsoever. Yeah. They're actually, you know, pretty cool, and they, you know, don't barge in when you don't want them to. Oh my, okay, wait, except for the one time. Do you remember the one time, Nathan, when we started an Instagram live stream? I've told this story so many countless times. We were on a live stream one time, and we just thought, hey, you know, it'd be cool, you know, we're together, we're gonna play some Guitar Hero. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at, like, you know, who's on the live stream. I'm like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, I see my grandma comes in, and, you know, I don't want to say anything on the live stream, so I look behind the camera, and I just very subtly mouth to Nathan, my grandma is watching this.
What did I say?
I remember, you just started dying, and like
I was trying to put like through the fire and the flames or something.
Or I don't even think wow, man, that was special. that was a special moment. I will never forget that. All right, man, we were talking about Christmas, and we got to
Guitar Hero live stream.
Guitar Hero. Yeah. Wow, that went places. But yeah, Christmas. I don't think it's ever too early to start celebrating Christmas unless it's like 6 months earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you do you. I don't
do
care.
what you want to do, man. It's Christmas time.
I will always, like, I don't know how to say this. I will never judge someone who has their Christmas tree up all year.
No.
Like, I won't judge them just because you're too lazy to put your Christmas tree away. I'm like, I feel that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, like, you know... And, like, also for ornaments, because typically you wait for that stuff, but, I mean, my family just started, you know, they already put their ornaments up.
Really?
That's typically, like, a point. Whenever you start putting your ornaments up, that's like, okay, it's officially Christmas time, you know?
My family puts up the Christmas tree, and then we wait until, like, December 20th to do ornaments.
Yeah. By the way, so you know my dog, Wallace, right? And he's, like... They say he's a golden retriever, but really, I don't even know what breed he is.
Is he not a golden retriever?
He is. Apparently he is, but I mean, I don't know. But we found one. It was like a red fox retriever. That's like the breed it said, and it looked, it was like a red fox Labrador, and it looked so much like him. Really? I could not believe it was. Man, it was insane. I'm convinced that I don't know. They like mixed him up in the pound or something. You know. I remember how our friend called him a defect one time, and it was so funny. And he called him Walter by mistake, and that made it even funnier. Man.
You want to move on?
Christmas is a wild topic. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay.
Do you want to tell your Boondocks story?
Okay, so this Boondocks story, okay, this is very out of context for people listening. This sparked from... Oh wow! I just spat everywhere. This sparked from one of our friends saying, "Can you tell?" I'm gonna look up the actual wording for this, but it was like, "Can you tell?" Like, oh yeah, the insane amount of swagger I have. That's what they said for the suggestion, and I just thought, man, I mean, he's a great friend of ours. He's an absolute Chad, but But so, and we thought immediately of one story that came from him that I was around for, and sadly you weren't around for. Yeah, and I wish you were there because it was so funny. So allow me to explain in the next 2 minutes of this extremely wild story at Boondocks. Hold on, wait, let me take a drink of...
Yeah, we've got coffee here.
We've got coffee because it's very late. Yeah. It's not too late.
We should actually inform them before you tell your story.
Oh yeah.
We are pulling an all-nighter for these first 3 episodes.
It is.
It's currently 10 p.m. so it's not late.
So we've still got 9 hours.
Yeah.
Or not 9 hours. 12 hours. What am I saying?
Okay.
I'm getting really tired. Anyways.
But, yeah, so we're pulling it all-nighters so we can get super loopy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Anyways, okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, the Boondocks story. Okay. So so everyone think back to like July of 2019. Okay. Jeez. So, oh my god, that's so long ago. That is almost a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, time passes. I'm gonna have a beard.
Continue telling your.
Anyways, so
your story.
A few of my friends and I, we went up to the Boondocks near us during the summer because we thought it would be fun and we hadn't seen each other in a while, and it was like it was well into the day too. We had been there for at least 4 hours. And we were in the bowling alley lanes. You know how they like. Anyways, okay. So I'm very great at explaining stories, as you can easily tell. We were in the bowling alley lanes, and Nick. Oh crap! I said his name. I'm sorry. Not Nick.
You can say the first name. You just can't say the last name.
Okay. So our friend Nick had ordered. I guess I can tell the name for the story. Our friend Nick had ordered. Some mozzarella sticks. Okay.
Nick's okay with that.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
I hope he's okay with that.
We can bleep it out if you want.
Yeah, we can bleep it. They probably just think we said like a really bad crew. So he had ordered some mozzarella sticks while we were at the bowling alley lanes. And let me also say, while this was going on, there was a couple near us. And we had known the couple too, okay? So we were like well aware of who these people were, and we just like, all right, just look away. They're gonna do their stuff. And they were in a seat directly next to us too. So let me just set the stage for that. All right? I'm doing my own thing, and I'm like, I'm playing along with him, and all of a sudden I see that he starts gagging. He starts like, like the look that you get from your friends when they're about to like throw up.
Oh crap.
They're like the oh frick. Like the stuff that babies do. Anyways, so I start looking at him and I just think it's one of his jokes because that's who he is.
Because that is who he is.
That is who he is.
That is exactly who he is.
And then all of a sudden I just see just right on the table and mozzarella stick everywhere on the floor, on the bench. I'm like, oh god. Oh, and so. At the same time, and of course the couple left, when they saw this go down. They were like, all right, this is not the best area to be in, so we're just going to leave. And then at the same time, at the exact moment that he does this, another family starts to come in the exact opposite lane from us.
Oh no.
And we're just thinking like, all right, maybe they won't see.
Maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't see what just happened. And God, it was. I remember thinking to myself, oh, and of course he went to the bathroom and he came back, and when he realized what he had done for the couple, he was like, it was my master plan. It was so funny. Oh man. Oh God, what a dude he is. I mean, and that's just like. That's just who he is, That's just kind of who he is. He totally
would have joked about gagging.
He totally would have, absolutely. But at the same time, he has those moments where like he's actually being serious. Yeah. That something's wrong with him. And you're just like, oh crap.
It's always so. It's like I'm not gonna say it's terrible hanging out with him. I love hanging out with him. He's so funny.
Oh,
but like.
God.
But it's just riot. Like when we're hanging out with him and like he's actually not having a fun time, you can never tell. And I feel terrible when he isn't having a fun time, and you just like. And you can't tell because you think he's just joking. Yeah, like when we were, for example, when we were playing a scary game called Doki Doki. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. It's a really weird game, and I honestly kind of regret playing it. But there were several moments where we actually thought he was genuinely scared. Yeah, we were like, "Oh crap! Do you want us to stop the game? You doing all right, man?
Are you doing okay?" But wow. That's a story. I wish you were there to see it, man. I'm sorry.
Sounds hilarious.
I'm sorry. I wish you were there. Anyways, what do we got on our timer?
Yeah, let's check the timer. We've got 12 minutes
All
and
right.
22 seconds left.
All right.
Do you want to do a new topic?
Okay, so someone wanted us to talk about guys versus girls standards.
Like standards, yeah.
I feel like this is something, Nathan, that you should take the reins for.
I mean,
I don't know.
where do you start with this topic?
I don't even know. I mean, like, are you supposed to talk about... Oh, man, this is kind of a touchy...
It's not so much touchy. It's just like...
I don't know where to start with
Yeah,
it.
just where do you start? It's just...
Yeah. I mean... Man.
I mean, there are a whole bunch of inequalities in between men and women. It's just like...
Yeah.
Like, I know you're not on TikTok.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh?
We might have something new.
No?
Oh? Oh, okay. So someone just recommended talk about stuff teens go through every day.
Yeah?
Okay.
You think that could be interesting?
Yeah, sure. Let's where do we start with?
What are your daily pains?
Daily pains.
Daily struggles.
Man.
Did you say men are a daily struggle?
No, I said man.
I relate with that.
Whoa. Oh, that was weird. We both took a sip of coffee at the same time.
I don't know. I feel like
We connected or something. That's weird. All right. Anyways,
my
what? Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
Well, you asked me first, so I was like, all right.
Go ahead.
I've noticed that starting with high school and everything, since we're both freshmen, so we're like just getting into the high school experience. I've had a lot more workload, especially since everything's online now. You know? And I've sort of gotten into this routine where I create like a to-do list every day, and I know I'm like very organized for that.
Yeah.
What do you do, Nathan? To deal with that?
I'm so unorganized.
Yep, that's
You see, so
that's accurate.
I get up at 7 every day, and I go upstairs and I'm like, I'm gonna start my work now. I don't start my work, and then come around like 10 a.m.
Come 5 hours later.
Yeah, about like 10 a.m. I check Canvas and I'm like, let's see what work I have to do today, and like I get like some of my stuff done, but like the stuff that I don't want to do, I don't do, and so I put it off and I put it off, and every night. Well, every day I'm like, I'm not gonna put my stuff off today. I always put it off, and every night I'm always doing work at 10 p.m.
Right.
And I'm always like fighting the clock because I literally remember turning in an English assignment at 11:50.
Yeah.
And I'm like the reason I keep procrastinating is just because it works.
Yeah, if you want to know like the basic contrast between us, I'm very organized. He's not, and we just kind of rode off that,
yin and yang kind of thing.
Yeah, yin and yang, Exactly. Wow, that's I like how our podcast name is A Half Hour of Stupidity, and we've had some like actual very
I was gonna say there also been a lot of stupid stuff this episode.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
what else? What else?
We never talked about.
What are some like other daily teen stuff you deal with?
I don't know.
Maybe like I've had a pretty good mental health state.
I do, yeah.
It's been like when quarantine started, I have to admit I was not like in the best state emotionally, but now it's gotten a lot better just because like I've been doing more stuff and I've been out there actually.
Being quarantined, I've had way more time for myself, and I genuinely have not been in a better mental state than I am right now, which is surprising.
I'm proud of you, bro.
I mean, it's probably going to deteriorate because we're going all online for school. But when we were doing cohorts, that worked perfectly for me. I was never happier.
Would not say the same for me because all of my close friends got put into the other cohort, which sucked, and so. Yeah, it's been really weird. But, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to find stuff I can do. Like, for example, I'm getting together with some friends and we're doing, like, some really cool, like, remote sort of jazz band quartet. It's really cool. Yeah.
No, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, we wanted to do it for a while. And then, of course, when I get my part, I'm like, I don't know if I can play this. So, we'll see how that goes. But, yeah. What's the timer? Yeah, you see, we keep checking the timer because
we're down to 7 minutes.
Because we're stalling. That's what we're doing.
We're not stalling. We're making good time.
Making the most out of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You want to talk about?
Actually, I have something I would like to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2021 and the movies that will happen in 2021. What's going to happen in 2021? Because
I don't know. Why are you pitching this like it's an essay?
Because I mean, you know me, man. I mean,
do I?
Yeah, you know me, man.
Okay.
I've known you for.
Let's move on.
5 years. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so as I'm looking, obviously you've had like a ton of postponements of movies in 2021. Like the only movie we actually saw was Tenet.
Yeah.
Tenet, which is also
which was great.
A wild movie.
Yeah.
And I understand also there was another podcast that's going on right now with our in our community and they just started advertising Tenet a lot, and we don't want to do that because we want to not be similar to them.
We want to be at least a little original.
But as I was listening to their podcast, I was like, I agree with everything they're saying. Tenet is really good.
I love it.
It's such a great music, dude. Oh,
you know who's the only, like, I'm painfully straight, unfortunately, but you know who's the only man I would ever marry? Ludwig Göransson. He, for those of you who don't know, he is a music composer who did the music for Tenet and The Mandalorian and Black Panther. Yeah. He is a genius, and
absolutely,
I would marry him.
Yeah,
I genuinely would.
Nathan, so let's and then so that's pretty much all your blockbusters of the year, and then Wonder Woman 1984 got
Trial of the Chicago 7.
That wasn't really a blockbuster.
Well, no, I know, but it's a movie that came out this year.
That's also a movie you guys should watch.
Yes,
if you guys like good dialogue, I guess.
Yeah, it was.
Watch it. It's good.
It's about the.
I recommend it.
It's about the protests of the Vietnam War.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's on Netflix.
And then Croods 2. How could we forget?
Oh yeah, how could we forget Croods 2? That's the best movie to come out.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my other friends in the past month, and he was like, "Yeah, I think the Croods 2 is going to save 2020." I'm like, honestly, you could be right.
This year I've put my faith in more
I've put my faith in Croods too.
I put my faith in more like stuff that I didn't believe in than any other year. Like I've been reading my horoscope every day. I've been I've seen
horoscopes are wild.
They really I don't understand horoscopes.
So you're an Aries, right? And I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
I'm a Libra. I am a pure Libra according to some of my friends. Like I'm very indecisive and I'm very self-pitying.
Yeah.
And you're just very I don't really care. So, anyways, what were we talking? Oh yeah, 2021. So, I was looking at, all the stuff that's coming out next year because everything's getting pushed back, and I was just so blown away by everything. I would like to read you all a text message I sent to someone, just being in absolute awe of all the stuff that's coming out next year. Let me see if I can find it. Nathan, why don't you stall?
Keep the lovelies entertained.
Yeah, keep the lovelies entertained while I find this godforsaken message.
Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing amazing today. I hope you all had a great day, or will have a great day, depending on the time.
Yeah, hope you're all doing well.
I hope you have. You almost got the conversation. Are you almost there? Okay, I'll
getting there.
If you like our podcast,
all right. I'm not going to be able to find the time. I'm just going to pull up a release schedule because I got to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, just you wait. Okay. And I don't know if you know this, but at the time of recording this is a little after the Tom and Jerry movie trailer came out. Just something on my mind,
Let's talk about the Tom and Jerry.
Let's talk about the Tom and Jerry trailer while I pull this up.
It doesn't look good.
It looks really weird. It's 3D now, which is really weird.
The CGI looks awful.
Let me just entice you of what's going on. These are the movies, the movie franchises that are releasing movies in March and April. Tom and Jerry, He-Man, The Sopranos. There's a Disney animated film. There's a Sony Marvel film. There's a Boss Baby film. There's a James Bond film. There's a Peter Rabbit film. There's a Bob's Burgers film.
There's a Bob's Burgers.
There's a Quiet Place sequel. And there's a film directed by the guy who directed Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. versus the World. Whoa.
World.
Okay. All right.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
And that's March and April, guys. All right. That to me that sounds insane.
It's gonna be a great month.
And like that's not even the craziest bit. I mean, oh my gosh, it's going to be an insane year for just like money making movies in general.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like Fast and Furious 9, Black Widow, and Godzilla vs. Kong all in the same month. Wow. I'm a huge movie guy, so like.
Oh yeah, he really is.
Major movie guy.
If you don't know him personally, he's
major movie guy.
He like, I don't even know how to describe.
Are you looking forward to anything next year? Like, movie-wise?
I've already talked with you about this, but to tell the lovelies. Lego. Okay, for some backstory, Lego games, specifically Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and so I could not be more excited for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga to come out sometime next year, which is all 9 Star Wars movies, and it's like open world and stuff.
I never got into Lego Star Wars.
Oh my lord, you got to get into it.
Never got into Lego Star Wars.
It's one of my favorite games of all time. It has,
and you keep telling me like
it has so much like nostalgia factor to it. I love that game.
I mean, I want to get into it. I'm just like. I can't be bothered, We have we got a minute left. Looks like we got a minute left of our half hour of stupidity.
Do you have any messages left to say?
Any closing remarks? Closing thoughts before we end out this first episode?
This first episode was rather stupid.
No, it wasn't. I think
maybe we gotta wait until we're more loopy.
Yeah, more loopy. Do you say we record our second episode in 3 hours? We just wait till we're extremely tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think? Or do you just want to go straight forward?
I don't know. We'll test the waters.
Yeah, so we've talked about virtual stuff, talking Christmas 2021. I think I'm having fun.
Yeah, you're having fun.
I'm having fun.
This was a fun first episode.
Yeah, I think we should continue doing this. This is
5.
This is fun.
4, 3.
All right.
2, 1. Goodbye.
And time is up. Goodbye, y'all.